Snacky snack time. Here we are.
Oh, you have to roll it in. I usually just stop the recording, but okay, that's fine.
Oh, I forgot.
Nope, it's
Well,
fine. Live your life.
The soundboard.
Live your life.
Just went right into
Live
it.
your life. It's fine.
See,
However you want to do it with your
be the
editing.
lead recorder.
He's editing. It's okay.
Horrible.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Good time.
You're listening to the Janchi Show, hosted by three Korean-American adoptees diving headfirst into what it means to be adopted, Korean, American, and more. And now, here's your hosts, Nathan, Patrick, and KJ.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Janchi Show. I am your
Hey, everybody.
host.
Welcome back to Dear Asian Americans.
I've been working on my Jerry Wan introduction.
It's going to be an auction again.
It's not an auction this time. It is a real slowed down, easy toned, dulcet set introduction. Anyways, hey everyone, this is the Janchi Show. Welcome back for another episode, another week. I am one of your hosts, Patrick Armstrong, here with my fellow co-hosts KJ and Nathan. KJ, tell the world what Janchi Show means.
Janchi Show. Oh man, I feel like
Or
Nathan.
just the Janchi part,
It's like,
probably.
wait.
Well, you are laying down, KJ.
Hey, it's because I'm feeling under the weather.
He's a little
Don't
under the weather.
Aw.
Don't judge me for my tired body trying to recover.
Are you all hyped up
Due
like
to
a daycare?
homeostasis.
Oh, God. And
Wow.
Patrick is in control of the soundboard today.
He is
So-
making some choices. All
I
right.
missed it, and I was just like, I'm gonna do it anyways. Okay, what does Janchi mean?
Okay, Janchi means to feast. It could also technically mean to celebrate, but we call ourselves Janchi Show because we're here to feast and to celebrate our Korean identities, our adoptee identities, our whatever makes us who we are identities, and also feast on some Korean snacks or drinks, depending on the week, at the end of the show. So that's why we call ourselves the Janchi Show. We're three Korean adoptees spread out across the globe. You know how it is, mostly just across the continental U.S. So it's just a smaller swath of land.
I have to interject because we might as well do it at the beginning. I see no wavelength at the bottom. Do you
Oh,
guys?
I see yours.
No,
For
yeah,
you
it's all
or
good.
for me? Yeah,
Really?
it's all good.
I see
Okay.
three.
I see
Yeah,
zero.
I see three.
Weird.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we can cut that. But as
No, we're
zero
leaving
for
it
me,
in.
that's why I was like, this is weird. So,
Patrick is like, I'm editing this one and I'm very lazy. We're leaving it all in.
Oh, this is 91 episodes. This is our 91st episode.
Oh
So
my gosh.
I feel like
Oof.
I wrote a little bit about kind of some of the stuff we talked about in our 90th episode.
Mhm.
And a lot of people were like, didn't necessarily respond to what I wrote about, but we're like, 90 episodes, that's a big milestone. And it kind of is. But I mean, it's a lot. We've been doing this for a year and a half now. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Dude, I just because I'm packing, I just pulled out the flask that Katie got us as a gift when we all met up in LA. And it said established 9/20/20 or 9/2/20. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that feels like 8 million years ago, even though it's almost 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe that we are over 90, almost at 100. Yeah, and on that note, we have some bad news for our listeners.
Yeah, maybe for year 2, we should just get some alcohol so we can fill those flasks too.
That's true. I was going to say,
Instead of
when you
some
brought the
empty
flask up, I'm
flasks.
like, I remember that was a gift, and I have not used
I
it
have
one
not
single
used
time.
it
I'm not a big
either.
flask person, so I don't know if that's maybe the reason, but
I
appreciate the
might
gift,
start being
Katie.
a flask person because I find myself more and more in places where it like may or may not be appropriate to bring alcohol.
Are
Okay.
you drinking alcohol
Do
in
tell.
inappropriate places?
And yeah, like my bed.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I mean, sure.
if Sarah doesn't want you to drink there, then that probably is inappropriate.
She's like,
all of a sudden you just see KJ lean over and go. Just take a
That would
swig.
be great. That would be something we'd have to talk about.
yikes. I mean, yeah.
Anyways, KJ mentioned it as bad news, but I don't think it's bad news. I think it's probably good news for us.
It's news.
It's news.
I
It's
think
neutral news.
Surprising news, but maybe not surprising news.
Well, I think that's a good way to put it. So I think
that.
it's surprising in the sense that it's taken us this long to do something like
Yeah.
this, but it's not surprising that we are doing it because it's probably necessary. So as we just
What
established,
is it?
as we just established, we've been doing the show for a year and a half, and we have not taken an extended break since we started it. I think there may have been
Yeah.
2 weeks total that we've not either recorded or put an episode out. Is that right?
Yeah. Maybe
yes.
1 week.
There's 2 weeks.
Even.
1 week was covered by our wives and Jerry.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
other week we did take a break off, but then we released a bonus episode, so
Right.
our count is still accurate.
So something was still released.
Yeah.
Okay,
every
so
week.
technically we have not taken really any time. And so
Yeah.
the news for our listeners is that in the month
I
of June...
quit. I'm quitting the
okay, that is
Janchi
bad
Show, and I'm starting the Joan Chai Show.
That's different than the Janchi Show.
Yeah,
You've
this
changed
is
it.
where myself
Wow.
and a co-host named Joan review chai lattes.
I like that. I actually just listened to a really interesting podcast in the history of chai. Anyways, this is going to be the last episode for the next 4 or 5 weeks. We are going to take an extended break through the month of June. We're going to talk a little bit about why, but just want to let you know up top, because I don't know what I'm saying now. I'm just rambling.
Or maybe you
because
already know
filling time.
because the title of the episode is "We're Taking a Break." Who knows?
It is going to
Oh,
be
good
summer
point.
break. That's what I was going to title it.
So it's like we're burying the lead, but you'll probably already know by the time that you have
You'll
listened
have
to
a
this
good
episode.
idea of
Yeah.
what we're going to talk
Yeah,
about.
sure.
That's
I
We're
mean,
breaking up.
I've been asked multiple times, by people, friends, or people that have listened. It's like, how do you guys do it every week? How do you release something and how do you record something? And so, like I said, I'm surprised we've lasted this long with doing one every week, and I think it's well deserved. And I think we have a very busy June, so we got lives and things coming up this June. So I think it's good for us. So,
We have our lives coming up in June,
yes,
not like Instagram or Facebook lives, correct?
sure.
Okay, I was like, wait,
What?
did we
Is that a
schedule
separate
stuff?
life?
No.
I have a separate
you
life
said-
on my Instagram now.
When
What?
you say lives, I feel like my brain goes to we're gonna do like a live.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nathan, I don't know if you know this,
streaming.
but Patrick is kind of like a social media influencer. So
No, yeah.
Okay, cutting that out. No, but we haven't taken like this extended time, and I have, same as you, Nathan. I've had people come up and just say, "How do you go every week and put a show out?" And sometimes I'm like, "That's a great question." Sometimes we've scrambled some weeks to put shows together. There have been some weeks where we literally record the night before the episode's supposed to come out.
Or in
Yeah.
a
Did
car,
anybody say
or in
last
somebody else's
week?
office, or
Yeah,
closet,
and
or
we've and
hotel
I think,
room.
I think that's been the beautiful thing about starting it in the pandemic is that we've been able to utilize technology to be able to put a show out like this, and it's allowed us to continue to do that kind of in perpetuity, without needing to necessarily take a break. And I think with everything that's been going on in the world, but also going on in our personal lives, I think it's time for us to rest a little bit, enjoy ourselves, enjoy our families and everything, and
Mhm.
come back renewed whenever we come back.
And for all of you who have not listened to every episode, this will give you a chance to catch up. Go back and listen to some of the earlier episodes or some of the ones in the middle.
That's true. If this is your first episode and you start on June 2nd and you listen to 3 episodes a day, you'll be able to be caught up by the time June ends and we come back potentially.
Wow.
That's only like 3 to 4 hours of your day every day listening to us.
that's
I mean,
a
and who
lot
doesn't
of
wanna do that?
time.
I know we're binge worthy, but that's a lot of podcasting a day. Goodness.
Okay, well, now that we've broke the news and we're talking around it, I think talking more around it. What do we got going on in June? Nathan, what do you got going on in June that you're looking forward to do now that we're going to have this time off to enjoy other things?
Well, I am busy the first week and the last week. So for me, the first week will be visiting actually my sister in Oklahoma. So I will get
Friend
to
of the show.
Friend of the
Yeah.
show.
Get to go back, and it'll be nice. It's our first little mini road trip. We'll go see my sister and her husband and my niece, and my kids are, excited because they love my niece and everything and their
I
cousins.
just realized
So
you just said you're driving. How far is that drive?
it's a 10-hour drive,
Ugh.
so we're gonna
Not bad.
attempt to do this in a thing where it's not a two-parter. We're going to do it in an evening thing. I don't know what it's called, but essentially we're leaving at like 3 a.m. So the kids will still kind of be asleep, and then I'll drive for 5 hours. And then by the time they wake up, we'll only have about
Stop
5
for
more
brekkie.
hours.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea. It's something that I've heard other people do, and my and brother-in-law and my sister did that when they came out here last time. So yeah, I mean, with 3 kids, we have no clue how it's going to go. The last time we did a big road trip was when we moved from California to Colorado. So, and that one was, pretty good, but we did it in 3 days. So, well, we'll see. I think it'll be fine. I'm excited, and I'd be happy to be back in Oklahoma for the first time in 4 years, I guess. So, pre-pandemic. So, looking forward to some Brahms burgers.
Yeah.
Brahms boys.
I was gonna say, I was like, do you want me to meet you at Choctaw or something?
Yeah,
go gambling.
That's funny. Have your kids been to Oklahoma, like to see your sister, or does your sister only come out to see y'all?
So typically they come out to see us, and that's another reason why we're like, okay, it's we need to make this effort to get out there. But my son did go out there 4 years ago when I went out there. I brought him with me, and we flew. But he was like 2.5 at the time, so he was.
Oh yeah, none of your other kids would have even existed yet, really. Would they?
One of them was just being born,
right?
Yeah, and so that's why
like,
it was.
Oh yeah.
It was one of those things that I was like, yeah, let's go out, and it was for my niece's birthday, and so he's been there. I don't know how much he remembers about it, but I think it'll be good to get everyone out there again. So.
That's exciting. You said you're doing something the last week. I think we probably all know what it is.
Yeah, and the last week, I think many of you know, we have Khan. So the Korean Adoptee Family Network. Yeah, conference, KAAN. Yeah, so their big conference is here in Denver, conveniently. And so it'll be the 24th, 25th, and 26th. So I'll be attending that. My wife's going to come to one of the classes, which they have a lot of classes, really great classes for adoptees and for non-adoptees, and even for a youth program that they have going on at the same time. And then have a gala. A lot of guests of the show will be there that we have talked to, like Michelle Lee is going to be talking, and Jordan Van Hemert's going to be playing. So that'll be cool to see some fellow adoptees that I am familiar with.
I've been so busy, I've haven't had time to feel jealous at the fact that you're going and going to be able to meet up with everyone. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know Jennifer's going to be there, Hannah, Katie. So yeah, there'll be a lot of people. So it'll be fun. Not to give you guys too much more FOMO, but
it's fine.
I've been feeling the major FOMO effects because, and I think I've mentioned this on the show before, but I truly think that this particular conference, we're going to look back at this in 5-10 years and point to it as a really pivotal moment for our community, I think. And I say that because this is the first real massive in-person adoptee conference since the pandemic started that's not been held virtually. Mm-hmm. And not only that, I think the people at Con, like Katie Bozek and the leadership at Con, have done a really excellent job of trying to be inclusive of not just Korean adoptees. Like, I know it's the Korean Adoptee and Adoptive Family Network, but I know that they're like my friend Hannah Johns is going out there with families with children from China, and I know they're doing a workshop.
Even more jelly. Dang it.
And I'm pretty sure there's a couple different domestic adoptees who are doing some things. Like Nathan said, they have stuff for allies as well. A lot of different workshops happening. And
Shalise is doing the class on that, actually. It's called Adopt. They're doing one for parents, and they're also doing one for spouses. So.
Yeah, but I feel like, and I say that we're going to look back at this as being a really pivotal moment because so many people are making their way to Denver for this conference, and a lot of people are going to be doing this for the first time. And I truly believe, especially the conversations I've had around it and the energy, just the energy I've felt from the people who are going, this is going to be a moment where a lot of really incredible things come out of this. Like the conference itself is going to be powerful, but the things that happen in the relationships and whatever that comes out of this is going to be really amazing. And that's why I'm feeling the FOMO, because I'm like, I want to be a part of all of those things. I want to be in all of those things. But also, it gives me a lot of
Photoshop you
hope.
in.
Thank you. Yeah, please. Like we did before when I couldn't go to the
but now it'll be the both of us.
But yeah, I think that it's going to be like, it makes me really excited. And we talked last week about celebrating joy, like our own joy. And like, this is one of these moments, and this conference in particular, I realize it's in June, but this month, these conversations have what's really been like, this is a joy that I want to celebrate, because that's what we're going to be talking about for a long time after this conference is over. So really excited for you to have that opportunity to be there to represent us as a show. As
listeners, buy
show.
Janchi shirts, gather together, take a big group picture, and then we can call it the Janchi Con. Ha ha!
Oh, that is good.
Wow.
I do like that. But
if you find me, I'll give you a sticker. How about that?
Nathan is going to be rolling deep in the stickers.
Nathan's like,
I've
I've
so
got
many stickers on
I've got
me.
mugs, I've got stickers, I've got bags, I've got shirts,
I'm
I've
gonna
got
carry
stickers
visors
on the
for some
bags
reason.
and the
I have
shirts.
branded
I am
poker
not
chips.
carrying a big backpack of merchandise.
He's like, look at
with
my
me.
look at
Actually,
my
I'm
suitcase
taking-
full of stuff.
I'm actually taking photos for the conference, so actually I'll be running around.
So you're
going to
be busy.
So.
You're going to be busy out there.
Yep.
Well, it's really, it's really exciting. I'm really excited to see what comes out of it. And I'm glad that you're at least going to be able to go, since neither KJ or I are going to be able to be there. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the people that are able to go. So
that's awesome. I'm just not as dialed into the adoptee community as you are, mostly for time reasons. But
sure.
I think I just remember counterpublic being such a standout phrase in adopted territories, and I was just like, oh man, this is a thing that I want to be a part of. And every time I have gotten together with a group of adoptees, granted it's usually like with someone who is adjacent to the show, but generally I'm like, oh man, these people are so cool, and it's just so nice to be in that. And like, I think to your point, we have seen this renaissance of adoptees thinking about being adopted critically, explicitly, and finding community. And for this, like in the same way that when we went to LA and we got to meet for the first time, and that was a swell for us. We got to meet more adoptees. Like, this really represents something besides the fact, like, not even going into Khan's own story and the fact that like they had their own disruptions and like already have this community of people. But I think that more and more adoptees are looking for that kind of thing. And I think it's, partially why we see more adoptee content generic to just being adopted, regardless of transracial, transnational, domestic, whatever adoptions. You see that, right? And it's exciting too, because given the current state of the world, state of the country, and all of those things, like the thing that I have learned recently is it only takes a small, focused, organized group to make real change for like the whole country. It doesn't have to be necessarily everyone doing a lot of things. It's just it's a group of people who are committed to doing the hard work for a time. And like, it is exciting to me because I think Khan could be a place where the people who need to connect to make that work happen can do that. And the people who can connect to that group to support that group making the work happen can do that. And like there's just so many things, like it just sits at such a unique time in our history that there is great potential for, far beyond the social benefit, far beyond the emotional benefit, there can be real change that happens, and real change that this could be the impetus for that. So that's what I'm hoping to, like, as a side benefit of the conference, not to mention all of the ally stuff. And I think that, again, as we talk about what we can learn from other minorities, what we can learn from people who are further along in thinking critically about their identities and celebrating their identities, like understanding the conversation around allyship and being able to state that explicitly creates potential for adoptees to celebrate themselves and be proud of themselves, and like have like, whether adoptee love and adoptee joy and like all of these things, right? It helps us carve out a space because we begin to give language to each other and we begin to actually have the rubber meet the road of like not just language but action that backs up those things. So that's really exciting. And Nathan, I'm excited that you're going to be there to capture it all, and I hope that you get to participate in that.
Yeah, I hope you get to
beyond just, like,
participate, not just take
running
pictures.
around like a chicken with your head cut off.
I brought that up to Katie. I was like, I definitely want to still pay attention. I mean, Shanae's going to be there. She's got a workshop on one day, and so I definitely want to go to that. It's just there's a lot
like,
of.
Katie, listen, I've got swag I got to give out. And I can't just be running around with multiple cameras.
Yeah, I know I
and
said I was
stickers.
going to take pictures, but here are my 3 children.
I'm just gonna put the tripod, and then I'm just gonna put it on automatic mode, where it just continually takes
Solid.
photos.
There you
Yeah,
go.
but
Kelvin,
No,
strap this
I-
GoPro on your head and run around.
I do want to see stuff and listen and participate. Yeah, so I'm not just going to be taking photos. She was very kind in saying don't get too involved where you're not paying attention and enjoying the show as well. So the conference has 3 days worth of stuff. So I think there's going to be plenty of time to be with everyone there and meet some people that I definitely have been wanting to meet in person. So this will be the first time that happens. So that'll be great. But yeah, and I think there's a lot of people actually going for the first time because they did talk about that. There's a lot of first timers, and this is my first time going to a conference, going to any event that's got more than 20 adoptees. And so yeah, maybe it's a good thing that, I'll be concentrating on photography as well. So I won't be too overwhelmed at any one moment.
Well, I heard too that you were also opening up your home to anybody that wanted to stay for the weekend,
snap.
right?
It's like Airbnb, but free.
Oh,
Hit him
yeah.
up. He's
As
at
long as you can
Noah.
babysit and like 3 screaming kids, come on by.
Oh yeah, I think you got to get a approval from Allison as well. So
Be like, Allison, this is what it
That's
means to be an
hilarious.
ally.
Allison,
You have to
Allison
do
was
this.
I did tell her, I was like, I may bring some people over if you know. She's like,
Whoa,
he's like, that's
sir,
fine.
you are married.
Not like that.
okay. Yeah, but I think to your point about allies too, and especially the stuff that they have set up for allies, I think that's really important. I just had a conversation with another Korean adoptee who I just connected with, and we were talking about how when we are sharing our stories, normally the audience is other adoptees. But when it comes to like where the change is happening and how we shift the narrative, it needs to be our audience needs to be non-adopted people. Like that's where we're going to see a true push in the movement. And it's not that we shouldn't be hearing and listening to other people's stories within our own community, but in order for us to actually be moving forward, I think it's important for allies to be part of those conversations in a listener sense, like an audience participant sense. But yeah, I think it's going to be great. So
I'm excited. But what about you guys? You guys have
that's
big
what I was
things coming
going
up.
to I was going to pivot to KJ and ask him like, what
KJ.
you got going on?
Yeah,
like you got a whole
what-
thing going on too.
I don't really have that much going on. I'm just
Sinus infection.
I'm
move.
moving into my house tomorrow, which I'm excited
Woohoo.
about. And then we've got some weddings to go to, which prevent me from going to con. One of which prevents me from going to con. Actually, I'm excited because personally, like June, I could have used a break last month, but I'm excited to have a
Sure.
minute to rest. And really, like to your point earlier about how do you keep the show going for so long? I just sank further into the couch.
I know. I saw you just get like, and to your
I was
other point, and then you just
And to your other
really
point, let me
cozied up.
let me just get down here on the couch. and lay down.
is thoughts for your thoughts. Anyways.
Yeah.
Lots of
Oh yeah. So
caffeine.
about how we keep the show going. I mean, it's really been a joy for us, even while it's been difficult. Like scheduling wise, I think it's been a thing that we've loved doing, and I feel confident using those words for both of you, even though we try not to speak for each other, tell our own stories and all that stuff. But honestly, I think the thing in June is like, A, we do need some rest. B, we just have enough life events that it actually makes it pretty impossible. And C, we don't have any like batched content anymore, and we were pretty good about that. And we need to get better about that. We have a lot of guests who are just like waiting in the wings, and so like for me, I want to try to find time to record those and put them back out there. As much as I love doing solo shows, I love hearing people's stories, and there's always more people and more points of view to bring on the show. Especially like, I don't know, like personally, it really pains me to like take a break during Pride Month. I think that like the intersection of queerness plus adoption is like, it's just one that I particularly love exploring and love hearing about. But you know, it is what it is. And I was like, I don't know, would it be bad to take a break during May? Would it be bad to take a break during June? Would it be bad, you know, whatever. But this is just how our lives are, and I have to be okay with that. But I'm so excited for the guests that have applied to come on that we're gonna get recorded. I'm so excited for hopefully some special recordings that we'll be able to drop in the middle of June. So it won't just be a desert of content. It'll just be a little more sporadic, a little more, this isn't your typical Janchi Show kind of thing, with some previous guests or not ever guests, whatever. But yeah, so I think like for me, not a lot is going on per se in June. It's just some like hard scheduling things, but I want to take that time to explore, take that time to do some not your typical Janchi Show stuff while we have a minute to really break the format. So look forward to that.
I'm excited about the special recordings and episodes that are going to potentially come out of this. I know we were just talking about it before, and I won't spoil it here, but I'm excited to see that conversation come to fruition. So people stay tuned for that whenever that happens.
At some point in the month.
At some point in the month.
Will not promise you, but I am saying publicly so you can yell at me if it doesn't happen. But also, I'm not promising, so don't get too mad at me if it doesn't happen.
It does help to like put it out there, kind of like just do like a soft, do a soft,
totally non-committally.
Hold me kind of accountable.
Hold me accountable, but not too accountable.
But not too
don't
much.
Be mad about it. Don't be mad about it if I fail.
It's like
and fail to come through.
So when you become like a new gym membership, you're like, well, I'm paying for it, so I should go.
But it's only $10 a month. I could take it on the chin.
Oh, you're at Planet Fitness.
No, I'm at the Texas Family Fitness, which is like Planet Fitness, but not.
There's no lunk alarms in the
unfortunately
Texas
not.
Family Fitness.
So there's a bunch of lunks, probably. I don't know.
What even is a lunk? I don't know if I could even define a lunk.
Just a super.
I've never even heard that word.
A gym jabroni.
Oh,
Jim Jabroni.
Yeah.
That's going to be my kid's first name. Jim Jabroni.
Jim Jabroni Armstrong.
Yeah, his whole first
his
name.
middle name is Lunk?
No. It's Jim Jabroni Armstrong.
Yeah.
Subtitle for your kid's life. I always skip leg day.
Oh, he will never be able to do legs.
Poor Jim.
Or she. Or they. I don't know.
Or
but
they.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
What about you, Patrick? What you got going on?
Yeah, so I for 2 weeks in the month
you recently
of June,
got married.
I recently got married. Yeah.
6 months ago.
Just a year ago.
Last year, got married. But we decided that because my wife is a teacher, Emily's a teacher, that when we got married in September, didn't really make a whole lot of sense to just go on a honeymoon. So we're like, we'll do it in the summer when you're out of school. So we are going to be going to Greece for 2 weeks in June. So very, very excited about that.
Nice.
We originally wanted to go to New Zealand, but it is winter there. And we are trying to escape the cold, not return to it. And yeah, so I am excited for this trip because one of the things that I wrote down is like my 2022 resolution thing was to be more present and mindful in my relationships. And as I've been doing more on social media, being a little bit more active, and especially like the stuff I did with Rise, I feel like I've actually gotten away from that. And I am excited for this trip because I think I'm going to shut my phone off completely.
Yes.
And not turn it on. I'll have Emily keep her phone on so we can find things and get where we need to go. But I really think I'm going to try and like not be on my phone at all because I feel like I've just been, I feel like what I'm doing, I feel like I've taken another step in not only my writing, but the things that I've been talking about and why, and being very intentional about that. And I feel really proud of the work that I've been doing in these spaces, but I do feel like I've lost sight of certain things that I want to be present in and for. And so that's what I'm really excited about the break and why I'm excited to go on this trip. And also, I think I'm excited for my wife. It's been a long, difficult school year. I think it has been for all educators. And I'm excited for her to be able to just be done with all of that for a few weeks and to just shut it off. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to be doing.
Well, I'm excited for you just because I've been to Greece. It's beautiful. You're going to have a blast. Are you going to like different islands too, or just?
Yeah, so we're going to go to Athens and then Mykonos and then Santorini,
Mykonos,
I believe.
Santorini, yeah.
So
The three,
get a little bit of
the three big ones.
Get a little bit of the historical side of things in Athens. That's why I really wanted to go, just to see a lot of that, the touristy sites that you go and see.
Sure.
I heard that like Mykonos is kind of the party island, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully,
we
they
got
don't have
nice
any scooters.
beaches. Yeah, it'll be fun. Santorini's the romantic one with the beautiful sunset, and
so we'll be doing.
I
some
had
romance.
some of the best octopus I ever had on Santorini. So if you like octopus, get some octopus while you're there.
I'll try it. I tried octopus in Spain once. Hated it. Hated it.
Really?
And I was a senior in high school, and I was just like, nope, this is not for me. I will never eat it again.
Wow. Do you like shrimp?
I do like shrimp.
Okay.
I don't know why. I think it might have been the way it was prepped or prepared. I'm not 100% sure, but I did
find
not
some
care for
grilled. Find some grilled in Greece, and you'll love it. But I honestly, I had a great time. You'll have a blast, and like you said, it's good time to be with Emily without the phone. Enjoy the sights, enjoy the the experience. So, yeah.
We get wrapped up in staying like plugged in, and I'm 100. Like it's an addiction. It's a lot. I don't know. It's like at the end of the day, I feel like the stuff that I'm doing, I feel like is important. Sharing my story and talking about these things is important, but I still can get wrapped up in like the vanity piece of it because I have this. I still struggle so mightily with imposter syndrome and feeling like what I'm saying is like it's not resonating or something. And I need the like, I need the share. I need somebody to comment and engage with it. And that's why I feel like I'm checking all the time. And it's like, no, that's not why I'm doing this. Like, it's not why I write this stuff. It's not why I read about a lot of things and want to share my opinion. It's because I want to do that for me. And and hopefully it resonates with someone, but I don't need it to be, I shouldn't need it to like validate me in any way from a like account or a follower count or anything like that. So I really want to get away from that because I think I just continue to fall back in and it sucks. I don't like it. I don't like that part of myself.
I think that's a problem for a lot of people. That's a really tough part of social media, and so that's why so many people I think leave Facebook in general because of that. But I'm also excited for you though because of the fact that you can take a vacation, and I mean for a lot of us over the last 3-4 years have not taken vacations, and so I'm sure that will feel good as well. I mean, my little mini vacation to Oklahoma is not as elaborate or as.
Are you saying that Oklahoma is not as romantic as Santorini, Greece? What?
I mean, I don't know. The burger's probably still better,
dude,
but
the Muskogee Castle
that might be true.
But yeah, no, I think that'll be fun. No, like I said, I think we have many things going on. I mean, your honeymoon has been, you've been waiting for that, and KJ, you have a new house. This new transition that you're going to go through. That I know how you feel because I did it last year as well. So you'll find things to keep you busy, I'm sure.
And hopefully I'll be doing it next year. So
yeah, well, there you go.
Fingers crossed.
We all just do things right in a row. Our weddings were fairly close together, like anniversary style. I don't know. That's just what we do.
It's good. I mean, this shows that we have lives. So not going live, but we have lives, Patrick. And that's
how you know we need
to
take a break. I can't discern the meaning of the words coming out of your mouth. So
okay,
no, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for the break for us because I think when we do come back, and again, I'm excited about the
you come
extra
back
stuff,
stronger.
The extra content that KJ is going to come out with.
Oh wait, you're talking about the show.
The show.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought you were
maybe when we all come back, we'll all be physically stronger.
Coming back from I thought you were talking about like you and your wife from coming back from Greece. You're like, you know what? Like our marriage has had a kind of rough time of it, but like we come back, we're gonna come back stronger. And like,
we're coming back stronger.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about this show.
The
And
show.
I'm talking about
Okay,
us three.
I'm with you.
Not that we're still be communicating with each other, but
We,
I
we're
think
gonna
that
go. Listen, listeners, we're gonna start going to counseling. Okay,
Physically
We're gonna see
stronger.
someone.
He's
have
going to
to
be out
go.
there
We're gonna-
lifting euros.
We're gonna go to
and stuff.
couples concert counseling. We're
push-ups
buying
on
a
the
dog
beach.
together. We're just trying to do some things that keep the relationship going. Keep the spark alive.
well, and we want to keep the spark alive for the people listening. So I think that's the other side of it. It's like we also want to be bringing a quality show every week.
Mhm.
You know, I think that's something that we are very passionate about. And I think that we've been passionate about that since day one. And we've only gotten better. But I think when you don't stop to take stock a little bit of what you're doing and how you're doing it and where you want to go, it can get more difficult to be as high quality as we want it every week.
Mhm.
And we've talked about it, you know, it's just like, and like I said before, you know, sometimes we scramble, but we make it work. And I'm excited for the break because of what's going to come out of it. And I know after con, we're going to have a lot to talk about. So,
And I'm excited for some of our guests because we have some really great guests that we're going to have
Yes.
coming up. So, thank you for everyone who has been who's been sending in an application to be on the show. We will, hopefully we've all emailed you, but thank
If-
you for the.
if
for
we
those.
haven't, that's on Nathan
Yeah.
because he's the one that does that.
It's my fault.
Sorry.
I'm pretty
If we
sure.
haven't,
Threw him
that's
under the
on
bus.
Nathan.
Yes.
Amazing.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's much more to say about going on a break. I think we've talked about it probably too much.
Death.
Yeah, probably too much.
That's fine. If you
Let's break
want to
into some
be-
snacks. How
Well,
about
Should we
that?
do a
Right-
snack? We got to
right
do one snack before we
right
leave.
Yeah, do a
you
snack
if
before we
you want to be a guest on the show, you can go to janchishow.com/guest to fill out our guest form, and that'll
Oh,
get
nice.
the process started. So,
Although, as you heard, we are taking a break for June, so it may be
Well,
I
then
mean,
we
it's
wanna-
probably like
But
the
yeah.
perfect time
Yeah.
to jump in. You know,
sure.
exactly.
Yeah, I will email you if anybody respond or fills out an application. I will let you know what our timeline is, and we are trying to get to everyone as soon as possible. So, but no, like I said, we have some good guests coming up, and we appreciate everyone for just the kind words and for following. And like I said, go back and listen to some old episodes. There's some golden ones back there. So I'd say all of them are, but we have our favorite.
there's some golden ones. There's
Not
also
mine.
some bronze ones.
Yeah. And a little bit of silver.
All right, we should take a break.
All right,
Let's
we're going to take
break
a break
into a
and then
snack.
we will come back with a snack real quick.
Hit that cue.
Sorry.
Next snack time.
Sorry I made you sit up. Because you thought we were
Yeah.
going to go.
No, you're
to a
good.
break.
It's all good. I had to sit up to Chesapeake. Snick, snack, patty, whack, Nathan, no whack. Time for the snack time with the Janchi Show.
Okay, that's
people
why we
used
gotta
to
take a
call me
break.
that.
We're running out of material.
Yeah.
Snick, snack, patty, whack.
They actually used to
Nathan,
call
no
me that
whack.
in college. They're knick-knack, paddywhack, no-whack. So,
All right.
yeah.
Did they really?
You know.
What did
Yeah.
you feel? How did you feel when they called you that? I don't like it.
I didn't like it just mainly because my last name is No Walk now, as we have come to
Oh,
figure
yeah,
out. So
that's
it doesn't even make sense
right.
anymore. But yeah,
Snick, snock, potty walk.
No Walk,
Nathan,
potty
no
walk. Yeah, whatever you
Perfect.
want to call it. Welcome back to the Janchi Show. We are here for some snacky snack times without the extra monologue that we just had. I don't know if we're going to keep that in or not.
That's staying in. That's staying
Let's
in.
stay in. Okay.
This
We're moving
episode's
on,
incredible.
though.
straight
I'm
up train
segueing
wreck.
back into the snack. So
I like it. I like it.
Today we
What are
have
eating? Yeah, tell us what
something. I think the logo is Lotte. I actually didn't look to see who this is by, but
It's Orion.
we're eating. Orion.
Oh, I was wrong. Sorry, Orion. It's a bag of chips, and I have to say that the thing that drew me to this bag of chips was not only the color, and I like this giant sweet potato on the front, but this Italian looking fellow with a honey stick and a giant pat of butter in the middle of this sweet potato. I mean, it made me drool when I saw it. So
Made you drool.
Wow,
Interesting.
that is a lot for the packaging.
That
I
is
mean,
very interesting.
these
Cool.
giant crunchy chips coming out of the sweet potato. I don't know. He's got. Do you notice? He even has like a microphone in his ear, like he's like talking about
Like
the sweet potato.
A real emerald for Guy Fieri.
Yep. It's like he's doing a cooking show.
Fieri.
And this is his sweet potato French fry cracker. So I don't know. It looks good. So that's why I bought them. But yeah, essentially just says it's a sweet potato snack. Tube, actually. Sweet potato tube.
Sweet potato tube.
Yeah, it does say tube
That
on the back in English.
I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't sound great. Doesn't sound great, if I'm being honest. But we've tried all different kinds of stuff in 90 episodes. So you know what? I'm here for it.
Oh, okay. Well, so I'm
translating.
I'm trying to.
I'm also trying to translate. If you can see my flashcards here.
Oh, it's flashcards.
Sort through
Nice.
trying to pick out the individual consonants and vowels.
What part are you trying to read?
The largest word across the top of the bag.
Okay, yeah. Have you gotten it? Have you figured it out?
No.
Solid. Well, the bit above it is kulpata, which I didn't understand what it was, but it's, butter is butter. So I was like, okay. And then I noticed that he's holding the honey thing. So this is a honey butter flavor, which is awesome.
Ooh.
I looked up the first syllable of the main title is O, which is literally just like oh. And then I looked up the second part, which is kuma, which I know as like panda or bear, maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's Japanese. But I put it in Google and it says exorcism. So that seems not great.
I'm
honey
here
butter
for that.
Honey butter exorcism. And then
he's doing an exorcism on the sweet potato and the butter is coming out.
Damn, I almost got that second part of that word translated, but you translated it first, so it's fine.
Well, my
I tried.
my app on my phone says sweetly coated sweet potato with a spoon of chisel butter.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. When we were originally looking at these before we started recording, I was like, this looks like a baked potato that's been drenched in honey by potentially Dutch or Italian man. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know. And then the little Korean at the bottom, daokom basak, is sweet and crisp. So.
I think these are actually going to be really good. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I'm going to enjoy these.
Wow.
Ooh.
Before.
Okay, the first, for me, the first hint of smelling it reminds me of a donut. I don't know why, but take a whiff. I think donut when I smell it.
I love donuts.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep,
I don't know
totally
why, but it smells like a donut.
It does smell like a donut.
The honey butter. It smells like, classic glazed donut.
A little honey butter, yeah. I smelled the mic, but I held the thing over here. I don't know why. Idiot.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to say, just on the texture, I like it. It's flaky. It's not as thick as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I'm getting a real donut hole taste to these. And I love donut holes.
Which is weird because sweet potato doesn't really make me think of donuts at all.
No, I'll say this taste and smell, not at all what I was imagining when I looked at this package. Orion, good job.
Wow. I mean, it's really a thin tube, that looks like a French fry, but it's thin. It's not like a very crunchy, thick chip.
It's got a crunch to it, though.
But it's very crunchy, yeah. It's just a thinner crunch, I guess you could say. Flakier.
I wonder what the over-under on how long it would take me to translate. It's on the back.
Dude. So long.
We'll come back in July for our next episode. So I finally translated the rest of what's on this bag.
In July? Boy.
Take me an entire month.
Finally hit 120 episodes.
Patrick, what was on the snack from 91?
Patrick is like, I'm almost done.
I'm not done yet.
Two interesting ingredients that I wouldn't have guessed. Pumpkin powder and pineapple juice powder.
Interesting.
You know what's weird? I kind of can see both of those ingredients being in this. Especially the pumpkin. Now that you said that, I think it triggered something in my mind where I feel like I can taste just a hint of like a pumpkin.
Man.
Yeah, and I get like a bit of that citrusy, pineapple juicy flavor. It's like an incredibly thin slice of sweet potato rolled up into a square looking fry, but it's like hollow. And coated with just a really thick coat of honey, or I guess honey butter. And you can taste it, like as you eat it, you can taste the crystallization of the honey and the butter and like it all coming together and stuff. So it's extra sweet and extra crispy. I'm actually really surprised at how sweet it is for a Korean snack. That's not
quite
meant for
sweet.
children. It's not a
Pororo.
pororo.
Yeah, pororo.
Pororo?
Is it poro or is it pororo?
Pororo.
I feel like poro sounds like a Japanese
Well, you're thinking Toro,
anime
Toro,
character. Toro, yeah. That's true. I'm actually getting ready to sit down, maybe not tonight, but start to run through all those films.
Well,
films?
do not eat the entire bag,
Studio
Patrick.
Ghibli?
Oh.
Yeah.
It is
So-
5 servings per bag for this bigger bag here. So
That's a rarity because usually this
Yeah.
is one serving somehow.
But-
usually this is one
But
I
serving.
it's
mean, these
it's
are-
pretty densely packed.
It is. No,
Yeah.
this is one of the
and
more
these are
full
pretty
snacks.
big French fries. I mean, if you look at it, you can see the green on it, which is interesting because it did say there's parsley flakes in it too. So
That's what the Italian man is there for. That's a weird.
But he's doing the honey stuff though. He's not. Oh, I get you. The parsley is the. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Italian ingredient.
One
Okay.
day, while I was stirring up the honey, I added parsley.
I didn't have a good. I wish I had a good follow up. I didn't.
I have nothing. I have nothing for that.
All right, let's
I liked it.
let's
Just
jump into
keep on
ratings.
eating.
All right. Well, I said at the top that I thought I was going to enjoy these, and I did. I'm going to give these a 4.75. I just think they're a really solid snack. I don't really
Yeah.
know what would push it to the 5. I think there's probably something that I just can't name at the moment, but I really enjoy these. And I think that I enjoy them in the appropriate amount. So I'm not going to eat the entire bag before we're done recording this. So
Yeah.
I think that's
Good
a
for
good
you.
snack for that.
Way to have restraint.
Way to
Yeah.
have self-control. Way to practice self-control.
Hooray.
About time. All right, Nathan.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, it is as good as I expected it to be, if not a little better. A little butter.
Womp, 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 womp.
There it is.
man.
A little delayed
That
on
was
the
late. That's my
soundboard
fault.
there.
That's my fault.
It made it extra long. I started
It's
high.
it's better than I expected, but it's
No, come
I
on,
like it.
don't double down. I'm about to add a boo to that soundboard.
What is
Vicious
happening?
booing.
Oh
I give
my
it
gosh.
same thing. I give it a 4.75. I think
Gosh.
it's tasty. I would eat this more often. I like this. I know a hot take. I like it better than the honey butter chips.
That's like that's not the first time you said that.
It's not the first time I said that. Honey butter chips are. I say it. I'll say it. It's not my favorite. These, however, are better. So I would eat these up more often. So yeah, 4.75.
I respect
If
it.
not a 5. I don't know. It's like you said. I don't know what would make it a 5. I want to give it a 5, but
Yeah.
I don't know why.
All right.
So,
I'm gonna give it a 3.1415926535.
You're gonna give it a pie.
you're giving it some pie.
No, I'm gonna give it a 4. I think it is good. I enjoy it with restraint. I wish it was like more substantial, the sweet potato part.
Sure.
Mhm.
And the sweetness is like a little too much for me. I don't know. It could just be where I'm at in my life right now, but it's a little too much. Like it's not like balanced out properly. So like I think I would get sick if I ate too many of them, but I don't have any urge to eat too many of them. So solid 4 for me. It's a good
Okay.
snack, and if it's what you're into, then that's great.
I feel that. I feel the same way. I feel like it's a snack that would make me sick if I ate too much of it, but I also don't feel like I want to eat too much of it. I like that.
Yeah. It's not like, I don't know, hot take, but like sour gummies, I'm like, ooh, these are good. And then I'm like, I'm going to push through it because I really enjoy the sour of it, but I forget about the sweet of it. And then the sweet in my stomach's like, hey, this doesn't feel good anymore. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm an adult now.
Oh yeah.
Well, potato. It's whatever you want. So I
All right, the show's over.
I think these are.
Here's the outro.
If you guys only had one of those long sticks with a hook on the end of it, you'd be
that'd
pulling
be
me
good.
off right now, right?
Yep, right off the the stage.
Right off the
Pulling you
mic.
right off the stage.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's get
that's
gong
so-
showed up in here.
I know. Sorry.
That is funny.
I say,
He's
hey,
getting
we
them
got
in.
more.
We're gonna be gone
We got
for a
more
month.
snacks coming. We got more stuff.
He's got to get the
getting
jokes
him
in.
Got to
I gotta get him in. I gotta get a month long worth of jokes in on this one episode.
That's why he went with that double or pun twice.
I did.
He went the
doubled
same
down.
pun twice. He doubled down on it. All right. Well, I feel like if this is the first time you listen to the show, thank you. You're coming in on a very fun episode.
Different episode.
Yeah, fun, different episode. I don't know
Normal,
what this
but
is. I don't
different.
know. I think I might just put this out as is, not remove a single
Ooh.
thing.
Wow.
Just kidding. I'll edit it. But
I think you said you were gonna take
Patrick's
things out
inner
how many
monologue
times?
is like, I sounded like an idiot here. I got to clean that up.
yeah,
Cut that,
my
cut
inner
that.
monologue does say that a lot. Cut that.
Nathan sounding like an idiot, keeping it in.
Keeping it in. Yeah, keeping it in. Embarrassing
That
those
content
two,
is gold.
keeping it
Yeah,
in. Embarrass myself.
my
cutting it
stuff
out.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick's
So
like, I
basically, I have
want
to
people
cut
to
my
hire
whole
me to
audio.
talk.
So okay. Well, it's been a great first year and a half. I
This
think
is
this is a
goodbye
good one to
forever.
end. I think it's a good one to
Goodbye.
end
Goodbye.
this first season of the show on. So
We
a good first season.
remember all the
we will be back.
times we
We'll hear from us
had to
periodically over the month of
pretend.
June about what's coming up and what
That's
we
our
are planning on
lives
doing, especially when we're getting ready to come back. Look out for some special episodes to drop in June. Remember, hold KJ mildly accountable for those. Not
Yeah, don't
fully,
double down
just
on that.
mildly. Yeah, don't double down. No double downs on that.
I may even try something. We'll see.
Nathan might even try something. We will see. But until then, if you want to stay up to date on what we have going on, follow us at Janchi Show on all the social media platforms.
Woo.
As was mentioned earlier, you can go to janchishow.com to fill out the guest form. You can also find multiple ways to support the show, even as we're on this hiatus. You can find some sweet stickers, some shirts, some mugs, all kinds of stuff that Nathan has taken his time to put together and put up on there. So,
Or just find him at con where he'll be carrying a whole suitcase full of stuff,
yeah,
like
or
a traveling
find a
salesman.
Suitcase of stickers.
He's a what?
Exactly.
He's a what? He's a music man.
he's a music man.
And if you want us, there's still time to sign up for con. It's wearecon.org. So you are, the site is still up. It's past the early bird special, but you can still get in. I think it's $279, I think, for the weekend. Yeah,
Con, you're
$279.
welcome.
You're welcome,
But,
Con, for that
yeah.
plug, and we'll plug it in the show notes as well. But we're going to cut the plug out of this part so we don't plug other things on our show.
We
Oh, that's just podcasts. I think that's just podcasts.
it's just podcast. We don't talk about podcasts.
We
no,
don't talk
no,
about
no.
podcasts. No. And you can, if you also want to stay in touch with us, if you want to reach out to us directly outside of social media, you can send us an email to janchishow@justlikemedia.com. We also are voicemail capable. So if you do want to call in, leave us a nice note or ask us a question.
Oh yeah, we had some great discussion from that. Call in, please.
Yes, please call in. You can reach us at 972-677-8867. We would love to hear your voice and also feature your voice on the show. Low commitment to get on the show. All you got to do is call in and leave us a voicemail. And you can be featured here on the Janchi Show.
Okay, you say low commitment, but I had to set up my work voicemail. It literally took me like 6 tries. So I was
okay.
like, I'm not gonna. Never mind.
Well,
That
we
was
have
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
work
skin
for
in the
me.
game, so we need
There you
our
go.
listeners to put some skin
That's why
in
we
by
beg every episode.
leaving. Yeah, that's why we demand every episode for you to leave
We're
us
very
voicemail.
lonely.
Other than that, I mean, since we're going to be gone, you just plug Con. Is there anything that y'all want to leave the people with that you got going on or you want them to follow up on before we get out of here? Any other
I mean,
plugs?
I don't think it needs any other promotion, but our sister podcasts, Dear Asian Americans and MB Asians, if you want to listen to either of those things on the Just Like Media Network, definitely worth a listen. I know Jerry is fixing to talk about going to the White House and really everything that he's been up to, and he's got a whole host of really great guests. So give that a listen. Those are the only podcasts we're allowed to talk about on
Yeah.
the show. So there are a lot of other more great ones out there, but we're legally required to not talk about them by myself, my internal lawyer monologue.
Your own legal department in your head.
Yeah. I am Chris. I'm Chris Traeger and Ben Wyatt. And like, can we do anything about that? No.
No.
Dang. I said we can't do anything about
Here
that.
you go again.
What a bummer.
That's what we have recurring things on the show. So,
Apparently, yes.
and that's one
Go
of
listen
them.
to the
No.
last episode. doesn't
Nathan,
make any sense.
anything else besides con that you want to plug for our people before we get out of here?
I'm good. Facebook after party. If you are on Facebook, come out.
Oh
and
yeah,
we'll-
there's a great joke
can-
about about Patrick's height privilege.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
there's a
it
good
was
height
from the
privilege
last
joke.
episode. Yes, so
Amazing.
feel free. I am still on there. I mean, Patrick's not on there, but I will still laugh at jokes about Patrick. So feel free to post anything in there, and I will get back to you on those. So
Oh, that was so smoothly slipped in. I like it. I'll still be there laughing about jokes about me, so I appreciate that. I don't have anything to plug either, other than I am much more active on LinkedIn right now. I don't know what my LinkedIn link is, so I'll link that somewhere else.
You
But
just search your name, dude.
just search my name. It's
Look for the Asian
it's
one.
very, very specific. Nobody else named Patrick Armstrong in the world. Definitely not a bunch of white men. That's for sure.
You can also look for Jim Jabroni Armstrong.
Jim Jabroni.
alias.
Yes. Jim Jabroni. Make sure you tune back in when we come back
It's
for new host Jim Jabroni.
linkedin.com/in/Jim-Jabroni-Armstrong.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, anyways, if you want to find me, actually, while we're on this break, hopefully I'm not on my phone, but if I am, you can find me on Instagram at Patrick in the World as well. KJ?
I am at KJ Roki. Wherever I want to be found on the internet, you can bother me so that you don't bother Patrick, and I'll just bother him for you.
In text message form.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
with the
that
phone
works.
that he's
Text
not looking at.
international.
Yeah, with
We'll
the
just
phone I'm not on.
We'll just double down. We'll
Yeah.
double
Yeah.
down.
We're doing a lot of doubling down.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can find me on Instagram and Nowalk, and of course on Facebook or all the other places that I'm at. So I won't even get in. I won't even get into my Lego stuff. Don't worry. I'm gonna make.
I
an
gotta go play
adoption
some Lego Star Wars
channel.
now. Good call.
Yeah, you gotta go do that and go build your Shang-Chi. So
All
other
right.
than that,
Well,
we are taking a break.
We are on a
and We'll
break.
see you in a month.
we are officially on a break. I like it. It feels good to say that,
We'll
actually.
see you eventually.
We will see you eventually. Why is the outro not playing?
Unless you're listening to this episode at the end of June, then we'll see you tomorrow.